An e-filed 1040 still has a signature requirement. The IRS just lets you sign with a PIN instead of ink. On the EA exam, they'll test which PIN method applies and when a separate authorization form is required. Keep the big picture straight. The taxpayer signs with a PIN, and the paid preparer signs under preparer rules. The ERO isn't automatically a signer. First method, the self-select PIN. Here, the IRS authenticates the taxpayer using prior year AGI or a prior year PIN. It can be totally paperless if the taxpayer personally enters their own PIN into the e-file record after reviewing the return. If the taxpayer wants you, the ERO, to enter the PIN for them, then you need a signed authorization after they review the return. Second method, the Practitioner PIN method. This is the most common in practice. The key difference is you do not need the taxpayer's prior year AGI or prior year PIN. Instead, the taxpayer signs Form 8879, which is the IRS e-file signature authorization. Form 8879 also includes consent to e-file and a jurat. Exam tip: if you see Practitioner PIN, think 8879 required. Now layer in identity verification. If you accept electronic signatures, you must authenticate the taxpayer's identity. In person, you inspect a valid government photo ID, compare the photo to the person, and record key details like name, SSN, address, and date of birth. A credit check is optional for in-person. The exam likes that contrast. ID inspection is required, credit check is not. Remote transactions are stricter. You can't just rely on they emailed it from their account. You must verify the taxpayer's name, SSN, address, date of birth, and other personal data using record checks, like applicable agencies or institutions, or credit bureaus, or similar databases. This is basically knowledge-based or database-backed verification. If you can't verify identity after 3 attempts, you must fall back to a handwritten signature. Here's the IRS gotcha that shows up on exams. Remote electronic signature does not include a handwritten signature on Form 8879 that's sent to you by mail, private delivery, fax, email, or even an internet website. That's still a handwritten signature being transmitted, not an IRS-accepted remote e-sign workflow. Also, identity verification is annual. Even if you verified them last year, you re-verify this year. Are financial institutions or other fiduciaries that file Forms 1041 as a trustee required to e-file Form 1041? The choices include no, because fiduciaries aren't treated as preparers. Yes, they are covered, only if paid, or only if they file 11 or more. Think about it. The correct answer is no. A fiduciary filing in a trustee capacity is not treated as a tax return preparer for the preparer e-file mandate, so they're not covered by that requirement. A tempting wrong answer is the 11 or more threshold, because that rule applies to preparers. But this question is about fiduciaries acting as fiduciaries. On an e-file tax return prepared by a paid preparer who must sign the tax return, the options include the taxpayer and paid preparer, adding the ERO, only the taxpayer, or taxpayer, preparer, ERO, and transmitter. Think about it. The correct answer is the taxpayer and the paid preparer. The taxpayer signs using an approved e-sign method, like a PIN process, and the paid preparer signs under preparer signature rules. The tempting distractor is adding the ERO, but being the ERO doesn't automatically make you an additional required signer.